Morning, T-Wall. All right, let's get started. I did a whole bunch of closing of profits just now. Gonna log them. Give me 1 sec. October 25th, 120. $11.15, $1.99. Crazy Taco, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. You're tuning in to see me do some risk management right now. NVIDIA had a pretty good morning pop. So I'm closing out of the contracts that I am 50% up on. Removing some risk because I did open a huge position just now. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Okay. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good timing. TBH. Okay. Yeah, seems good. Yeah, so I opened 10 NVIDIA cash secure puts a few minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago maybe. Feeling good. Feeling good. I was a little busy getting ready today, so I missed the morning action, but if it chops here, that's great. I sold the put at 127. If it goes down to, I guess, like lower than 127, I end up getting assigned on this. Seems not the end of the world. I had a lot of green positions to help buffer getting into this larger play. But yeah, overall, it seems like everything is red that's not AI related. I feel like a lot of other people did the same thing I did. Just like indulge in AI content over the weekend because it's a lot. AI is moving so fast. I feel like I haven't done a deep dive in AI in a while, and just like learning about like all the different companies that are like starting up, and like the direction that the job market is going in, all the new products and features that the companies are making. It really is a suss out when things are not like, you know, like as hype as they deserve to be. I think AI is here to stay, and it's actually alarmingly worrying, like how prevalent it will be moving forward. It's not like that this is the hype and it will die down from here. AI is going to stay, and if you don't actually start learning it, and I feel like I'm already so behind, you're going to get left behind. Everyone else that uses AI to improve, that is a dicey term, okay? Improve their workday. You're just less efficient. You're not going to be smarter or do things that are better than AI. And if you just abstain from it and say, you know what, I don't need it, I don't need to do this, you will fall behind the person that is driven as you, as nice as you, as funny as you at work, that uses AI. It's crazy. I'm stuck making training data this week for our new pit mine model. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Pretty cool. Getting a job that's AI related right now that pays well is also kind of hard to get to. I think everyone understands everyone's kind of on even footing. So I feel like you need a project to stand out. Yeah, but in terms of the market today, everything is red, especially in retail. Retail is super weak today. But AI is up. You know, I just noticed I don't even have Meta on here. Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. It's flat. Closing out of my Palantir. Nice. That means I should have some money alleviated to do something in the 5K account. The 5K just ever so steadily going up. Ever so steadily. This looks like a crazy graph. Since we started this last November 2nd, yeah, November 2nd. Um, well, we're approaching the anniversary in 3 weeks. You know, in 3 weeks, 3 weeks and some change, it'd be an entire 1 year of this account or of this challenge. Pretty exciting. So if taking an account from $5,000, getting it all the way up to the very tippy top, 8,500, but then of course correcting a bit to down to 6.6, and now we're at 7.6. Never felt like I had to bet the farm. Just making as responsible bets that I can with the knowledge that I know. That's doing all right. I thought about this morning of closing out my Costco position. So let me actually like minimize this so it doesn't look as scary to people just coming in. Thought about closing out of this position. I have 50 shares of Costco that are just losing. It feels like I would almost rather just use this money for cash secured puts. My buying power usage is at 44%. It's pretty high. It's a little tricky to navigate. Hmm. Nike down below, almost touching 40 or 80, sorry. Hmm. It's hard finding a trade that I want to go into for the 5K right now. I think honestly, don't worry about the 5K at the moment. When the market looks like this, as you're seeing this go by, you're seeing like the Becky index all down, and most of my normal watch list is down. Robinhood, the only stock that the 5K account is invested in, is green. Everything else is literally red. This isn't the best day for me to take an educated guess or educated bet with a smaller account. You know, people think that when you trade a small account, like you can have the same sort of trading habits or trading styles as larger accounts. You have to be so picky when you trade the 5K, um, which is honestly, it kind of sucks because I feel like a lot of people make bad decisions when they have a smaller account, and then they get put off of something that can be so amazing to them, like options trading, because it doesn't work out for them on a smaller account. So, the best happy medium is, even if you have a higher chance of losing on a smaller account, if you build your good habits on a smaller account, when you eventually reach a larger number with your smaller account, you will do much better at a later time. What you don't want to happen, and this is kind of like an omen, is like if you do really well on a smaller account and you take that confidence and you slam in your like IRA and whatever money you saved up, and slam that into your 5K account, grow that to like a 200K account, you start trading the same way without having learned your lessons on the smaller account, you're going to lose that money right away. And that's what happens typically on Wall Street Bets. You see that little tiny blip of them winning, and then maybe they get like a larger win and then like a sharp drop down. It happens. So I would assume that actually most of my viewers, shout out to everyone that's tuning in today, I'd assume that most of you are like in the 5 to 20K range. And that's an amazing range to just work on fundamentals. And that means like keeping your widths always the same. You keeping the strikes on your widths, keeping the strikes in your spreads the same width, consistent, getting in at average delta. If you don't know what average delta is, maybe you know what your average probability of profit is. Having some minimum amount of premium you rake in if you're on the sell side. Having a good exit plan for when you're on the buy side. And that's also for the sell side too. There's so many things you can work on that doesn't necessarily involve you having to like make huge bets and make a lot of income. The income comes later, right? When you're trading with larger amounts of money, you just make more money in general. It feels more impactful. When you're on a smaller account like I am, because I trade on like a $336,000 portfolio in my Tasty trade, right? This is like my bread and butter. This is where I do my real trading. This is like a challenge fund account, right? This is 7.6K. If you're in this range here, you should still be treating it as like a challenge / fun account, in a sense that like, don't try to make all of your money here. When you get a big boy job, because a lot of you are in college, or maybe you are a big girl job, whatever, you're going to get more money into this account. The best way to grow like a 7K to 20K portfolio to 100K, a lot of that is with auto deposits. No one tells you this because that's the boring thing to say, but that's the main way you'll get to 100K. Is like you're gonna save up, you're gonna invest responsibly, you're gonna win. So you're not going to have to reload your portfolio, and it will eventually grow to 100K. All right. So just imagine your portfolio as like a very glorified savings account that has just a hopefully better return than like the average 5% that you're probably getting right now, or 4.5%. Right. You would hope that your portfolio has like an 8 to 9% return because of the risk associated with it. You could get a guaranteed 4.5 by putting it into a savings account in Wells Fargo or Robinhood or wherever you want to park your money in. Or you can invest into SPY and you get like 8, 9, 10%. right? And that will get you to 100K in no time, especially again when you get your big boy, big girl job. The trick is not blowing up, and not blowing up involves just having a system that you follow every time you enter a trade. It sounds boring, but that's what this stream is for. I would hate that this stream is just, me showing and trading what I do, but I want to serve as a point of inspiration for a lot of people that might have even started the same time I did last year on the 5K challenge. Like, where are you? If you've blown up already, how did you blow up, and reflect on that. But yeah, honestly, I'm considering for November, when November comes around, maybe I do the same challenge again. Like I'm thinking like possibly, withdrawing everything that I made from this account, putting that into Tasty Trade, but starting over from 5K again. That sounds pretty fun. I could have it keep growing. That sounds also fun, but that loses, like, I don't know, different types of appeal. Because I could restart this and, other people can join in for 5K. It could be like a cool, fun challenge thing. I don't know. But yeah, there's just some of those Monday thoughts. I think as people see red days, you get a little antsy. You're like, oh, I gotta find something to do, find something to trade. My advice to not blow up is to have 50 shares of a boring stock like SPHD. That's not bad. I mean, that's the dividend one, I think. You said boring, so I know a little bit about boring. Yeah, and S&P high dividend, low volatility ETF. Not bad, not bad. Year to date, 17.9. That's pretty good. Its drawdowns are pretty not large. Wow. Yeah, it's a pretty staple in a lot of people's portfolios. Dude, position sizing and trying to buy my way out of losses, DCAing a loss into a large bad position. And when you mean DCAing, do you mean DCAing into like a losing stock position or a losing sell position? Like, you're losing on a put credit spread, you sell another put credit spread. Which one has been the learning lesson for you? Some of the most productive, parts about the Discord, I feel, is like when someone posts their graph or their profit loss chart. It's like, oh, this is how I did, or some of these are oh, look, I had this performance for the year. I always like to ask, like, what is like the biggest lesson that helped you get over this or get to this level? Yeah, CC's on a stock went bad, and I just kept buying lots for cheap and just kept going. Oh, I see. Yeah, dollar cost averaging with buy rights is pretty dangerous because, again, the chunks that you buy to do execute buy right are quite large. And that means like that kind of eliminates the benefit of dollar cost averaging, because ideally dollar cost averaging could happen over a very, very long period of time. So yeah, I see why that feels really bad, but hopefully, yeah, now we know that anytime we want to incorporate dollar cost averaging into, one of the noting points of the trade, just ask like, oh, can I actually do this more than like 3 times? It was a healthcare related that I never should have had more than one position in anyway. Oh, that's great. Yeah, because remember, I believe you were here during this time. See, I have this like little lesson book or lesson notes. When trading a small account, one spread per industry, or like one position per industry, maybe is a better way to coin that. Give me one moment. I'm gonna use the restroom, but I'm actually just gonna keep this up here. All right, we back. We back. We back. Microsoft kind of weak. Jado, what up? Good morning. $4.10. It's only 1% down. Seems good. Wow, 410 though. Oh, I remember this one. This was not. That was not it. Neither was this one. Man, AMD's been doing pretty solid too. Luku Ando. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. AMD has AI Day in today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next day, in 4 days. I probably counted that so weird. Bro, 160, that'd be crazy. What? Wow, for 11-1? That gets me down to 155. $155 is 3 month 200. 150 would be insane. I think AMD would have better mind share if they added some branding onto the consoles they are used in, like how the GameCube and Wii had the ATI logo on them. That's kind of cool. I honestly don't know where the ATI logo was on the GameCube. Gonna be honest. Like, that's cool that you remember that. I just don't. Was it like on the bottom, or was it like etched on where it said, not on the cover obviously, but like on the bottom where it gave like warning or something? Where the power cable probably plugs in, you know, that little etched raised plastic area. I think with also my delta being about double, more than double, almost triple of where my normal delta's at. I'm at 576. I'm typically at around 180 to 120. Um, I think it'd be healthy if I came out with some exit strategies where I would want to take my first losses in case if we start reversing. And I think that would be the last piece of content for today. So I'm just going to go through some of my we'll do that. I like that cybersecurity list. Okay. Yep. Yep. Notes. Let's say exit points, or we'll say Monka S points. NVIDIA. So at which I start to sweat. So what price of NVIDIA does NVIDIA get to before I start sweating about it? If it doesn't reach that price, I don't even think about it. I just carry on, just let the contracts ride. But where does NVIDIA go where I start sweating about it? That is the price. I think NVIDIA covering this gap up, filling this gap up, and then continuing to head lower is bad. So I'll say 123.50. So at 123.50, I'll start NVIDIA less than 123.50. I'll start doing something, meaning like I'll take winners off the table. Make my position size smaller, maybe sell Costco, make room for just free up some more capital in other parts of the portfolio. And that this would look like closing winners. Okay, so NVIDIA under 123.50, I start sweating. Let's look at AMD. Another pretty large position that I'm trading near the top. Let's say same thing. First gap being filled and it continuing to go down. So we'll say 160. Honestly, 157. Where's my break even on this thing? 160, 155? Dude. Oh man, that's so far away. Yeah, 157.5. It was on the bottom right close to the memory card slot. Oh. Okay. Man, I still remember the ATI boxes. It looked like Tribes, Tribes Vengeance or definitely not Tribes Vengeance because that came out way after, but like Tribes 2, Tribes 1. Oh, that game was so awesome. I love that game so much. What is weighing down my portfolio so much right now? Kaput, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's always bittersweet coming back to the country. went to Japan last year. Such an amazing trip. Got engaged, proposed, and everything. Relaxing. Everyone there is super respectful. Just everyone has so much pride in what they do. This tiny shop. This old lady, just so nice. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You come back here, and LAX being the very first experience of America when you're back is just like, whoa, damn, dude. Yeah. Did you propose in front of a giant Pikachu? No, no. I proposed in Hakone. One of these days I'll show a picture of it. One of these days. But we did see a giant Pikachu though. We went to the Pokemon Center Cafe. Dude, and we miraculously got in because apparently the wait is like months long if you want to make a reservation. But we didn't have anything to do that day, so we just stood in line. We stood in line for like an hour, and then we got in, which is unheard of. So we just got super lucky there. But yeah, would go again. I would go again for our next trip out. That's how much I love that place, dude. Oh my god. It is, yeah, it is super nice, super fun. You can have a relaxing trip or you can have a chaotic trip. I feel like it's got everything, but it's just the respect that people have there. It's like on another level that you just don't have here. I mean, it has its pros and cons too. But yeah, this it's getting crazy. The times are getting crazy right now. I want to go see some Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah, I didn't visit anywhere that was like Final Fantasy specific, but I went to a lot of collectible places, and dude, they got Final Fantasy everywhere. They're very proud of that IP. Super proud. One Piece was also very popular there last year. Man, but like I was saying, I feel like Robinhood should have this thing where like if you buy 1,000 shares of United or you buy 1,000 shares of Delta or something, you get like a free flight. You know, if you hold the shares for X period of time. That sounds amazing, you know? Like reward your shareholders with a plane ticket, dude. You know, you buy it with the Robinhood credit card. Oh man, it just makes so much sense now that I look at it. It's like companies giving benefits to shareholders directly. That sounds amazing. Sounds like everyone and their mamas would be going into the stock market and investing through Robinhood. But they had to have thought about that by now, right? Like, it just that has to be already thought of. Would have to tax it as a dividend. Seems good. Seems good. Imagine for like Nvidia, you get like a free GPU. I mean, that's not that expensive for Nvidia, you know? Granted that you invest enough, but like it's kind of cool. Or like you get priority access to buy the GPU. You know how GPUs got super crazy to buy? But like you got priority access if you were a shareholder. That would have been so sick too. And all of that could again be checked by an API that Robinhood facilitates. It's like, oh, you're implementing a queue system. Yeah, just check to see if this customer that you're signing that is buying a card from Nvidia.com is also a shareholder of Robinhood. What is everyone else trading? I'm curious. Like, I'm here trading a lot of actually like AMD and Nvidia. I have some semiconductor stocks, which I just explained. I have a little bit of Micron. I guess that encompasses semis too. I have a little bit of nuclear, which honestly got pretty popular on Wall Street Bets just as of recent, like as the podcast episode came out. And so it's like, oh, I feel like that's the kiss of death. So I'll be monitoring this. I'm also in cybersecurity, CrowdStrike, Microsoft, Sentinel-1, and Palo Alto. Still the same stuff. Oh, could change to flight upgrades and priority boarding. Oh, that's even easier, you know? Master Jado says Nvidia, Google, Amazon, BNS, ENB, HYLD, XLY, Div, CAD. Okay. I wonder what is Amazon up to. Honestly, pretty good. I have this thing about Amazon that I don't like about it because it's probably the content that I ingest now, or my feed that I've been getting recently. And I'd have to agree with a lot of points that these people are making, of course, because it's in my algorithm. But Amazon has really just turned into like people taking advantage of Alibaba, putting their name on it, and then selling it on Amazon. But hear me out, right? Like buying something on Alibaba is already really hard to do, right? You have to pay import fees, you have to deal with customs, you have to wait a long time. Amazon, even though there are people that just marking Chinese products as like, you know, something that they made and, you know, whatever, it's the best thing ever, but it's just from Alibaba, the person selling it has already tanked it all for you. Like they've tanked the custom fees, they tanked all this, and they guarantee it to you like pretty much the next day, or even sometimes the same day. I'm just not a huge fan of that. It's like that's like peak capitalism. Not to say capitalism is bad, but like it just there's not much innovation here. I just feel like Amazon just really gets bigger and bigger. I don't know, by lowering their margins and working on something that's super futuristic and techy. I really don't know how Amazon gets bigger from here. I feel like they've already saturated the US market. Everyone that wants to have Amazon has signed up already. But the quality of the items there are just like not that great. Like I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Like when you look up something that you want to buy on Amazon, you get like 10 listings that look exactly the same, and they just have different brand names that like that are like super weird, you know? Like maybe it's like a word without a vowel, without the vowels or something, and there's like 10 different versions of the same thing that looks the same, and you're like, you give up checking of which one's better because they're all basically the same thing, and you just end up picking the cheaper one. It's changing. Like I don't understand exactly how Amazon gets better from here, especially with there's so many from what I've been reading on my Twitter feed, because I've been reading lots of Twitter these days. My Twitter feed is actually pretty good now. It's almost good enough where I feel safe enough to have it on stream. I'm still curating my timeline so I can show it on stream and stuff, because I want to be on Twitter a little bit more now, because I found out a way to actually make your timeline useful. And I'm reading there's a lot of people just trying to move away from cloud services and doing it in hacky ways. I think that's really cool. I think people are just getting more cost conscious of like AWS fees. AWS is incredibly expensive if you have to scale up from smaller instances. If you're still like a junior dev, or I don't know, just like anyone that wants to make a side project, AWS is still awesome. And so is Cloudflare. But like it really adds up when you scale to like multi-million-dollar business, which is not a problem for a lot of people. But yeah, it's pretty expensive when you start getting to like startup level, post seed level. Peloton, baby, just keep watching the bound and lower my cost basis. Yeah, I mean that's gonna take a long time, and hopefully it pays off, because that's a long time being in something that is not performing as well as Spy. So that's just something to think of. As long as you're contributing to both, I think, Peloton and something else, then I think it's all gravy. But I think if you're just choosing Peloton, it might not be the most risk opportunity for you. But of course, you're your own person. You're your own investor. I'm just a random person on the internet. CAD equals Canada, of course. I bought Amazon at 130ish. Very cool. I like to buy certain items from AliExpress. Do you got a second chat up, or am I missing crazy messages? Yeah, I'm on YouTube as well now. So there are a handful of people also on YouTube chatting. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. Running 2 streams at one time is not that bad, but yeah, it took me a while to get the settings correct to be able to do both at the same time. That is for sure. The general consensus on YouTube live stream versus Twitch live stream right now is that a lot of people left Twitch earlier this year, like January, February, to go to YouTube streaming. But then a lot of those same YouTube streamers went back to Twitch. So people are understanding that Twitch just might be a little bit better of an experience. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that. There was much more of an urgency to do it earlier this year, but I just couldn't find the time to do it. But now I have it. Now I have it on both, so it's pretty good. And I could tell when you're on YouTube or when you're on Twitch. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Oh, I thought I would share this. So last week I ate lunch with the founder of Streamlabs. Streamlabs is the by the way, Jado, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Streamlabs is what I use and what everyone basically uses to stream. Let me just verify that I'm human. So this is the software that you guys don't see it, but this is the software that I use to stream to both YouTube and to Twitch. Everyone uses it. If you've ever tried to stream, chances are you probably downloaded this and then ran it. I ate lunch with the founder, one of the founders, because it was a pair of brothers that founded this. He had a company, or has a company called Stonks, and Stonks is some other brand that he's working on. And I thought I'd meet up and chat with him about what are you doing with it, all that stuff. We had a great conversation, but he again was just one of the founders that founded this, and he exited it to Logitech for like 135 mil or something. So that's why when you are in Streamlabs, you see a whole bunch of like Logitech related rewards when you stream enough or something, and discounts on Logitech related equipment. And he's just a super nice guy. Loved talking with him. I would ask him like, oh, what is it like to exit a company for 135 mil? And then he replied like, Oh, it's great. It's amazing. You know, the first day it feels like a weight off your shoulders. Second day you wake up and you see like this really large amount of money in your account and it feels really good. And then as weeks go by, you get kind of depressed or you get kind of sad. And I thought like, wow, you know, like that's definitely like a crying in your Ferrari moment. Um, but yeah, a super cool guy, vegetarian. You know, has two dogs, really cute. Um, he offered me some like really cool like API keys for some really expensive like um, stock APIs and stuff, and I was like, ah, yeah, maybe I'll hit you up later about those. But awesome dude, and he's just like right next door. He works in the same city as I do, and it was just really awesome. I like just emailed him off the cuff to have lunch, and he was down. That was like networking 103 for me because I typically don't like to do those like ever. But something came over me. I was just like, ah, yeah, I should probably start hanging around with people that have done the thing that I would love to do one day. And like exiting for millions of dollars sounds really cool. You know, I don't know if that depression thing would happen to me, just namely because I would feel like, oh, I could buy a house. That is so awesome. But yeah, that was one of my events last week. We are seeing stocks go up, starting to rebound a bit. Yo, Mr. Slow Mo, good morning. Yeah, in a sea of red, I've managed to pick some good ones. Good morning. How's the day treating you, dude? Honestly, today is really good, really good. Woke up in a good mood, feeling like in a good mood. About to end the stream soon, uh, and start working. Work right now is a lot of um picking what I want to do for version 5. So I guess this will just be like sort of the last topic. I'll look at maybe stocks one more time. One of the last topics. Right now we're on version 4.39.1 of the Theta Gang website. I had a talk with my fiance, just talking about like where Theta Gang is going, where I think Theta Gang will go, and just a whole bunch of other entrepreneur-esque slash being a good transparent partner-esque conversations with her. I want to make Theta Gang 5.0 the last version that I do as a full-time Theta Gang employee, right? Like I feel like I have all the time in the world to execute everything I've ever wanted to do, and I'm going to make it happen. So there's gonna be another version of ThetaGang.com that comes out, and I'm in the thinking process right now, but I think I'm actually gonna branch this off. I think it's gonna be something else, and it's just gonna be a Theta Gang product. So I have a lot of other cool ideas that I also want to execute. So I'm thinking about making either some of the best logging solution ever, the best tracking solution ever, and it's just gonna be like Logger by Theta Gang or something like that. You know, it's a Theta Gang product. ThetaGang.com right now does a lot of different things, and I think that's awesome. I feel like there is a world where I just keep it one platform, but still that one platform would be probably something, a theta game product. In version 5, this next version, it's going to look completely different. I think keeping it mobile friendly is key, but it's going to look completely different. It's going to give more feedback per trade, and I think it's going to be more real time than it is right now. So what I mean is maybe there's a world where, you know, I don't know. It's like someone opens a trade and you get notified when they do, but then it's tricky. It's tricky because one of the hardest things to balance for a platform like this is there are people that just take, and that's like for any platform really. There's a lot of people that just read stuff or just follow stuff, but I'd also like to reward people that do upload trades and stuff, which could come in the form of like being able to participate in discussion threads and stuff. But yeah, 5.0 will look completely different. It'll be more real time. I'm really trying to focus in on like modularity. Like I want to support Discord, so other people can have the bot in their Discords and stuff. Have an open API maybe, or API access for paid users. Something that's just super leaning into this being a tech product. I feel like I know all the UX that's required to make it a pleasurable experience for people that upload trades. Oh, and I also want to cut uploading trade time in half. Like that's a goal of mine for this next version as well. So the meaning like, oh, maybe I do some sort of caching or some sort of predicting system that helps you upload trades faster. Will there be talk of an app? Yeah, an app makes a lot of sense, and I think I would explore that for version 5. So version 5 is simple enough. I could, yeah, version 5 could definitely include an app. It would be a really simple one. It would just be one just to log, maybe see some stats, but you wouldn't be able to do everything on the app. But that sounds pretty good. Yeah. Wait, isn't Robinhood's when is the Robinhood Day thing? Robinhood Investor Day? The Robinhood announcement, when is that? On the 11th. Thank you, Feta. Thank you, thank you. 11th. Um, Wait, is it the 11th or is it the 18th? Let me see. Robinhood. $16. Okay. What is the event called? Robinhood event. I cannot believe I'm like whiffing on this so hard right now. Upcoming events October 30th. There's another one. Did they cancel it or something? It should be on this page 100%. Oh, you posted a link, my bad. The Legend Awakened. Okay, thank you. Okay. I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is way better. Order flow is one of their top ways that they make money. They also make money by lending out money that people have uninvested. That is a higher percentage than, of course, that they pay out for their guaranteed 4.5%. And they also make money when, there's that feature where you let other people borrow your shares. When you let other people borrow your shares, those shares are for when people are shorting companies. So you get a little bit of money for letting other people borrow your shares, but Robinhood comes in and says, "Hey, this borrow fee, or that short interest rate that you have to pay when you're shorting a company, Robinhood keeps most of it and gives you some of it," which is actually kind of genius, because it incentivizes more people to do it. Where shorting something and getting interest rate would be kind of maybe dangerous to do for like a larger institution. But if you're able to do it for free on the backs of other people that already have the shares, it's honestly literally free money if they sign up. So Robinhood has some pretty cool ways of making money right now. And you can tell that like I've done some due diligence of this. Robinhood is cool. I really wonder what their announcement will be. Yeah, yeah. It's just it's gonna be cool. But there's also still a reason why I trade with Tasty Trade, and it's because I get views like this. Um, you know, if whatever Robinhood announces doesn't involve anything like this, I think that there's still a lot of market share to be covered because I think Tasty Trade has the best UI right now for this style of trading. It's like perfect for what I do. Curious to see what Robinhood decides to do. Um, there's a lot of speculation that it's gonna be a desktop app. How's their account growth growing? Not in numbers, but not in dollars, but numbers. Not sure. Not sure. I'd imagine just up, but pace, I have no clue. No clue. No clue. Sometimes, sometimes you have to think just like how sticky a name is. You know, when you think of the name Robinhood, everyone knows what Robinhood is. You know, like everyone knows. You talk to some like middle schooler or a high schooler about this sort of stuff, they know what Robinhood is, and they already have stocks. Like this is already a thing. Like kids friends that have friends at school, they're all referring each other, so they all get the 10 friend referral. It's like a huge thing to get kids early onto this app. Um, yeah, when a name is that prominent, it deserves a little bit of premium too. Because it's hard to tell someone, hey, you should be using Schwab, you should be using Thinkorswim, you should be using Tasty Trade. It's really hard to make that convincing when Robinhood just feels so good to use, and um, yeah, the UI just looks very friendly. But when you want to take things serious, yeah, you gotta move on to a more serious platform where maybe order flow isn't at risk, your fills aren't so bad. Um, but yeah, I'd say most people are not serious either, though. They might hear something at the water cooler and decide to invest right then and there for a little while. If it goes red, oh well. Um, that is that is a speculation. That is a speculation. That is a speculation. I'm hoping they do. It would wake a lot of people up, you know, of what is possible. Because I think Robinhood has one of the best UX teams in the world. I think Robinhood, Duolingo, and Spotify are the trifecta best example um, for UX. That would be a fun project to work on. If they are making it, then I missed the hiring window. It's all good. It's all good. I interviewed for Robinhood back in uh 2020 or 2021. Yeah, they wanted me to stop working on Theta Gang, and I couldn't do it. Was that a good decision? I don't know. But yeah, you're not supposed to be working on like finance related projects if you join, which is a shame because I feel like a lot of people with finance projects end up joining. Maybe I actually don't know what their demographics like. But yeah. I work on an app that has some UI from Windows 95. That's crazy. Like, does it involve a gray windows with dark blue headers? Good times. Yeah, and I was a lot more cushioned too because I was already working a 9 to 5 job and doing data gang, so I was just kind of like, risk reward. I might as well just stay at my current job. And honestly, that worked out pretty well too. So I can't complain. I'm gonna buy not a leap. It's not 100, and it's not an entire year, but I'm gonna buy a longer dated call for Robinhood on the 5K. Just get a little bit more exposure in. I'm probably gonna open this exact same trade in the main account as well. 415. That gives my 5K a little bit more flexibility. GM. You came in just a pretty good time. I opened a 250 plus day long call on my 5K challenge account, and I'm probably gonna open something for Hood right now for the main account. The main account could be a little bit more risky, a little bit shorter dated, but I'm looking. Like, was this the sickest double top that just happened? Nah, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, it's because I have 20. I have 10 of these already. I see. I think 11. I think 11 days is too degenerate. You know, something I've always wondered is like, if you have private funding, how do you get paid out if you don't exit? I've always wondered that. Like, if you don't, if you just keep your business continually running, you like 100x your company, but like, how does the investor get paid? Like for Stripe, Stripe is private, makes tons of money, but how do the investors of Stripe from the very beginning get paid? Close out of that, close out of that. I'm letting those stay on naked. Yeah, good picks today. Just wow, I am getting beat down on Microsoft and Costco. Nvidia, AMD, and Robinhood are the newest things I'm trading right now. It's actually incredible how much. Wow. What's VST doing? Wow, Costco breaking through would not be very good. It's at the cusp. I think I'd let Costco. Man, it's honestly hard to say. I think I don't buy the dip. And I say I could move like 60 delta like off the table right now. Uh, Costco doesn't have earnings, does it? Right? I'm not tripping. Or if you're talking about the incoming one, I'd probably like to get out prior. $10.9. Wow, is that why everyone's racing right now? Costs. I feel like they just had it. Alex, good morning. Yeah, Costco had already reported because I remember it wasn't too long ago. I was just like, oh, they didn't split. Um, yeah, a week ago. So just last week. Bro, if Costco flipped green, that would be crazy. If if I were to pick out some stocks I'm worried about, would be Microsoft, VST, and Costco. Right now, I'm trying to figure out whether or not if I want to do anything with them right now. Um, yeah, you're right. Webull is showing that 10.9. They be lying. My bad. No worries. I think Microsoft's biggest pain point right now is their Azure growth. Um, Microsoft, yeah, it's just their chart does not look that good either. Core business, yeah, they're relevant everywhere, but yeah, this chart is not a trend is your friend chart. The old Joonie would not be worried right now, but I feel like I've learned, as you learn stocks, you just like muddy your brain with so many other points of views. You start looking for justifications and excuses. The old Joonie would not care at all, but now I feel like I care, which I feel like is a detriment, but we'll see. I've learned so many new things this year that it has made me a little bit more confused about my positions. I've had a little bit less conviction, but definitely latter half, it's been pretty good. Of course, analysis paralysis becomes more inevitable. Microsoft Vanna chart is ugly. I don't know, man. You see, the companies that are going up are the companies that are in the news, which is not the best indicator for stocks. Nvidia, an open source ChatGPT competitor. They're leaning more into software, which is cool. Big Blackwell architecture demand. Hood, Robinhood, I gotta say is pretty hyped right now. But that might just be anecdotal. I feel like our Discord is very Robinhood biased. AMD AI Investor Day. Um, Meta has been crushing it, and they just had a huge product announcement, and they have one of the leading LLMs available with Llama. How to play the disaster that is about to be the entire state of Florida. The old Joonie and the new Joonie says to not profit from that sort of stuff. But if you were to ask a degenerate trader, they'd say Home Depot and Lowe's. I just don't think good karma comes out of trading that sort of stuff. I don't think good karma comes out of trading war either. Like you buy all these calls on Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, and then the war ends, and then you're like, no. But then that's like, it's like ultimately a good thing. But you feel like some confliction, some conflict within yourself. And that's because the conflict within yourself is naturally just bad. That's just like bad energy inside you. It's like, ooh. Life has strange ways of telling you when your morals aren't good. So, yeah, Waffle House calls. Dude, I still have not been to a Waffle House. I'd love to go to one though. Damn, dude. Yeah, today is rock solid. If I take out Microsoft and Costco, that might be pretty good. There's so little extrinsic value left on the 435. I just feel it's like so dumb if I were to get out right now. On the 3 month, it is at a pretty low. Can it go lower? Yes, probably down to 410. I feel like I could tank $600 more. Holy moly. Or honestly, maybe not. Trying to... Oh, it hurts. My third and my fifth most sensitive position are my worst performing, which is not good. Right now I'm trying to reason through, could I have exited this sooner? And if I'm definitely being loss averse. Because I could see this going down to 405. This would be another $800 lost. And this would be, yeah, about like another $800 lost. So I think the max loss I can accrue on this is about like 4K. If this goes down possibly another 1.6, this would be like a 4K loss. So I'm at like minus 50% really on these two. I'll dwell on it. Yeah, I think I just have to take a break from looking at it and come back. I'll probably make another coffee, start working, and then just keep an eye on it. I think chances are I probably keep it open, but we'll see. I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Monday. Hope everyone has a good rest of your week for those that aren't coming back. If you are coming back, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. No worries, Feta. Thank you for coming. Wabo GG's. Mr. Alex, later. Alrighty, y'all. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see everyone tomorrow.